Let's go to Allie Bradley, who's about 300 miles away in Eagle Pass, Texas, ahead of President Trump's trip to the border today. Allie, a lot of people seeing this as the more fitting location since Eagle Pass has been labeled the epicenter of the crisis.
Yeah, a couple hundred miles, couple hundred migrants really separates the two here, Markie, as we're kind of in ground zero for this border crisis. We're expecting the former president to arrive here a little bit later on this afternoon. He's going to be flying into the Del Rio International Airport and taking a motorcade into this area. I just talked to one of the sheriffs who's going to be a part of that escort as well. Kinney County Sheriff Brad Coe is going to be alongside for that. Now, when President Trump gets here, he'll also be accompanied by Texas Governor Greg Abbott. So they'll be down here to discuss Greg Abbott's moves when it comes to Operation Lone Star. Governor Abbott has been very vocal, saying that he's doing what what President Biden is failing to do. Now, despite the governor's efforts, though, in kind of securing this area and blocking off Shelby Park, there are people that are crossing just outside of Shelby Park. We were in Eagle Pass in the Quemado and Normandy areas yesterday, where groups of migrants were being apprehended left and right by Border Patrol. So they're telling me they're from Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, and Nicaragua. Now, in one of those groups, you can see 5 unaccompanied minors. Those unaccompanied minors came over, of course, with no parent, but they did have note cards with them, according to Texas DPS, with addresses for those sponsor homes that they were going to be basically eventually end up at. Now, they first will go to HHS, ORR, that is a Health and Human Services branch of DHS. They will then hopefully place them with an actual family member there. Now, these groups are what they call give-ups. They're self-surrendering to Border Patrol agents. They're not trying to hide. Now, just last night, Texas Senator Ted Cruz joined our Elizabeth Vargas and talked about that Senate bill that Brooke was just alluding to, that the Republicans blocked. Take a listen to what he had to say about that bill that was presented by the Democrats.
It was a terrible bill. That bill would have made the problem worse. Why? What does it do? It codifies Joe Biden's open borders. It codifies catch and release. It normalized 5,000 illegal immigrants a day. That's 1.8 million a year, every year into perpetuity. Not only that, what else did the bill do? It also provided taxpayer-funded lawyers to illegal immigrants. It also, on top of that, gave immediate work permits to illegal immigrants. It was a terrible bill.
Now, for some perspective, we're still seeing between 6,000 about 6,500 people cross the border every single day. And this all comes as Border Patrol, the chief there, Jason Owens, saying that there have been more than 120,000 gotaways recorded since this fiscal year began on October 1st. Now, gotaways, of course, Markie, people that are seen on camera or seen in a bailout and never apprehended. Now, when it comes to those individuals I said are crossing every single day, well, our sources are telling me, and I've seen this directive that has now gone out internally, that is advising and actually encouraging these different stations across the southern border to kind of enact decompression efforts to try to get their capacity numbers below 75% here, Markie. So they're trying to process and release those individuals as quickly as possible right now in order to not be over capacity right now, according to sources. Now, I have, of course, reached out to CBP, but I have not yet heard back, Markie.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.